the show begins with the enemy. Of course, it's hard for me to say that with a straight face since I'm standing here beside Coach Jimmy Williams. The current West Johnston football leader, but longtime former East Wake chief. Me and this guy, let me give you a little history about this story. I was standing here on this field with this guy right here when he got his first varsity coaching victory. He's now in triple figures. I was also here with him when he had a 1st and goal in overtime against Millbrook. 1st and goal in overtime from the 50. You score one play later, this guy goes for 2, wins the game. I was here for probably, quite likely, the greatest game ever played on this field. Down by 21 against Garner, 4 minutes to go. East Wake scores 4 times, wins the ball game. In my book, as long as I got a vote, he's going to end up in the East Wake Sports Hall of Fame. He's the winningest 4A coach in East Wake's history. He's been to the Final Four in the state, and he may be heading back this year. But tonight I want to talk to him coming back. Coach.
Don, great to be here. Appreciate you having me.
Wildcats, Warriors, appropriately on homecoming. When you're being back, does it bring back all those memories of when you were here in wearing the blue and gold?
When you're somewhere like this, and it was the people that were so good to me, and so many special memories, it can't help but feel like coming back home. I look at the facilities and look at all the things that are here now, and can't help but think back to some of the better memories, a lot of which you just alluded to, that I was very fortunate to be a part of. So yeah, it feels like home, and it's great to be back and see some old people that run the roost and chain crew and you, of course. And tonight, we're back here. You got East Wake. Anytime you can beat East Wake, you haven't beaten a team. You've beaten a program.
Right.
And I know that as good as anybody. So I know the type of athletes that are here. I know what could happen here. We take nothing for granted. We expect nothing but the best shot that Coach Pullnut and the Warriors have. So this is a deal at West Johnston that they got to learn how to deal with the moment because they haven't been here. We talk very little about the rankings and the polls except to say that don't matter. It's September. If we're here in December, then we've done something special. And this team's got special written all over. It's just a matter, can we keep them dialed in and take it a week at a time? I'm not a big Snapchat guy, but I do follow Twitter. That's how I found the best football show on Twitter, on YouTube, right here with Fuller Focus. So,
sweet.
Yeah.
And there's no better segue into an opening than that right there. I want you to know, I'm going to be pulling for you for the most of the season. But there's a couple of games I can't do it for you, but you understand.
Is this one of them?
This is one of them. I guess this is one of them. But hey, best of luck to you. This is one of the best in the business. If you want to pick a team or a guy to pull for, this is the guy right here. I've known him since day one of his coaching career and look for him in the stars because it's good things going on.
Thank you, Don. I appreciate that, man. All right.
It's good, and with number 14.
East Wake cornerback Jonathan Staten plucked his second pick of the season along with 7 tackles.
Why does they score the ball?
We're up 21
East Wake bulldozer Mikael Ingalls rushed 13 times for 56 yards. That's 4.3 per persistent pop. Tony McAttack generated 227 yards rushing in the first half alone, including this 70-yard dash to cash in with 6 solo 6-pointers. Hello, Brian Edge. Number 50's 8 tackles included this only belt of the night behind the Wildcat line of scrimmage. Sophomore quarterback candidate Jason Scarborough stabbed 3 of 6 passes for 24 yards. Junior quarterback choice, Bishop Hill, hit 5 of 8 throws for 79 yards and a TD. His last 5 throws in a row were bingos.
It was a bit wild.
We'd also like to make mention.
Warrior all-purpose yardage leader Mikael Ingalls touched the rock 15 times for 102 yards, 56 by ground, 46 by air.
Got him? Yeah, nice leap, yeah.
Warrior Justin Harrington latched on to 3 sends for 28 yards, plus the only TD. I thought former East Wake coach Jimmy Williams said all the right things before the game the other night. During the game, the numbers proved his team did all the right things. In fact, the returning conqueror and his heavily favored Wildcats turned homecoming into a home wrecking long before halftime festivities. There is no doubt about the route, according to the aftermath. East Wake absorbed the Stony smackdown over the opening 24 minutes, mainly because the Warriors simply could not take Tony Mack down. Not only did Wildcat number 31 thunder to the end zone 6 times and compile 159 yards on scoring scampers alone in the first 2 quarters, but he also Pack mule 12 times total for 227 yards before intermission. West Johnston owned a 425 to 21 yardage advantage the opening 24 minutes. It averaged 12.5 yards per hike, amassed a 16-1 first down surplus, and 41% of its snaps yielded 10 or more yards. It was never, ever, not once tackled behind its line of scrimmage in the whole first half. Along 7 West Johnston drives, 6 of which reached pay dirt, one of which was interrupted because of an interception, the Wildcats only faced the third down 3 times. 61% of their hikes generated at least 7 yards. East Wake's offense, meanwhile, struggled to find the on switch. 21 plays, 21 yards, 43% of their total carries yielded 0 or negative yardage. My telltale moment of the game. Immediately after Warrior Jonathan Staten had picked off a West Johnston pass, the Wildcats returned the favor on the very next down, taking over at almost the exact same spot that it originally began. If you're looking for a bright spot, look no further than punter Mikael Ingles. He booted 5 times in the first half, with 3 of those going over 40 yards. Underclassmen under center conducted the quarterback search in the wake of the huge injury to former starter Tyshawn Malone. Sophomore Jason Scarborough started. He was sacked 3 times, corralled for -1 yard rushing, and hit 3 of 9 lobs for 24 yards. He also absorbed a fumble-forcing hit and tossed 1 interception. Following an equally dismal first half, -9 yards rushing, 4 sacks, 0 for 3 passing, junior number 4, Bishop Hill, finished with a flurry. He had 5 straight completions for 79 yards and a TD. He accounted for all 4 first downs along a fourth quarter 11-play 89-yard drive that beat the nonstop running clock. But reserve judgment on any of Hill's actions late because he was facing the Wildcat reserves. Some late game padding production allowed East Wake to finish with 45 plays for 160 yards. That's 3.6 per hike and 8 first downs. Now, while they ran 2 plays more than West Johnston overall, they finished with 291 total yards less. The primary problem, which has plagued them all year, they allowed 7 sacks in the pocket. Stamp, or better, stomp this case closed and open the door for the next step, which for East Wake will be another uphill battle as it road rages and invades Roseville Friday night, October 7th at 7 p.m. It'll be the Rams' homecoming, and they'll probably have something waiting for the Warriors. Speaking of coming back home to Roseville, the varsity Rams were rocked by Southeast Raleigh 39-0 Friday night. But there's a brighter side. On this week's episode, we're going to take a deeper look at one of the programs within our program. Let's take a look at the Roseville JVs. In an about face of the record department, the Rams JVs have improved to 5-1 overall, 3-0 in the Greater News River 4A Conference. Its list of victims include Heritage, Enloe, West Johnston, Knightdale, and last Thursday night, via a 28-20 victory, Southeast Raleigh. Under junior varsity coach Josh Kincaid, the Rams aren't just rolling up victories, they're looking at a possible conference title.
Who won it? Who won it? Nobody. Hillside. Oh yeah, let's go!
In other action, Knightdale built a 7-0 lead, trailed only 14-7 at the half, but eventually faded against Clayton in a 36-7 loss, which dropped them to 1-6 overall and 1-2 in the Greater News River 4A Conference. The Knights host Southeast Raleigh this Friday, October 7th at 7 p.m. The Bulldogs will enter with a 4-3 overall record and an identical 1-2 league mark.